I have done recording all over the world, in urban locations and rural locations. And no matter where I am, the thing that changes is that sometimes I think we deal with the world like it's the backdrop for our life. And when you start listening and working with sound, everything comes to life, not just you and your family and the people around you. Everything around you becomes animated. So in a rural setting, much easier to record sounds in nature, but in an urban setting, much greater diversity of sound. So I don't necessarily think of one as sort of better than the other or more desired than the other. When I'm creating art, I work a lot with geometry, more than I think I'm even aware of. But in the paintings, there's a lot of geometry. There's a lot of lines that are straight up and down and go sideways through the artwork. And each little area of the artwork that's defined by this geometry is sort of one aspect of the story. So if you look at the whole artwork together, the geometry sets up a story for you to decide the meaning of. So geometry plays into my work a lot. Perspective drawing, which is also related to geometry, shows up in my work a lot. And then reading, let's see, how do I say this? Books have always inspired my creative imagination in a huge way. So sometimes I write about things that I've read, and then those writings become the basis of a painting. So the thing that remains fascinating to me about making art is that all of my artworks, whether it's sound or sculpture or drawing or painting or writing, they're all driven by ideas and imagination. And then I just find the right container for that imaginative idea. With sculpture, engineering plays in hugely to what I create. It has to stand up. It has to be secure, particularly in the public realm. So there's a lot of engineering in my work. And because my background's in art, I typically don't do that myself, but will hire an engineer to collaborate with me. So I can't think of a subject in school that I don't use in my art, but it may not always be me that's the expert in it. Sometimes there's a model, sometimes there's a sketch, sometimes there's a series of writing that I'll do that'll sort of loosen up ideas a little bit. But when I'm painting, it's much more like just in the process of painting and seeing what comes out. But I would say that that's not an uninformed process. I think it's informed by all of the research that I do in all the different areas of science that fascinate me, and literature and everything else.